Bash in Berlin predictions. I'm Will. That's Brandon. We are the Cousins of Destruction Wrestling Podcast. As always, let's cheers. Talk about some wrestling.
Yeah, I got a BPLE, as they like to call them, in between SummerSlam and maybe another one in Bad Blood. This one's kind of sandwiched a little bit quicker after SummerSlam, so some interesting stuff on the card, I guess.
Yeah, don't get it twisted, though. They've already released some videos of what's happening overseas right now in Amsterdam and stuff, and that crowd's going to be fire.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, it's going to be a great crowd, no doubt about that.
Great crowd, but short card. At the moment, we got 5 matches. That's it for the PLE. A lot of people are liking that, though. They're liking the shorter PLEs.
Yeah, I like the short PLEs, like the 2.5-hour PLE, especially on a Saturday, like a quick watch and go on the rest of your weekend.
Then like a 3-hour kickoff show and a 2-hour PLE.
And then like an hour post show.
Yeah,
that's a little rough.
Well, we got 5 matches. Let's jump right into it. We're going to start women's tag title match. Unholy Union versus Jade and Bianca. Who gets the win here?
Well, this one's probably the most easy. Well, it might even be I don't know. It's a pretty easy bet, though. Bianca and Jade. No reason for Unholy Union to keep those belts. There's been nothing done with them. Jade and Bianca need something to do for the inevitable breakup down the line. Do a squash match.
Oh, you want a squash?
I want a squash.
You know what I
want?
Will
they do one? No, but I want one.
I just hope that there's no stupid interference from the Pure Fusion Collective or Damage Control or any of them. Just let Jade and Bianca get the wins here. I don't need a squash match per se, because I think Unholy Union is being booked in they're trying to make them a star lineup of they're trying to build them up, right? They're getting a lot of promo packages and stuff like that. So I don't see them getting squash, but there's not really much more to say here. We've said it 100 times. Get the belts back to Jade and Bianca, do the build up and the eventual split. It's time. Let's just have that happen and start here.
Yeah, like I said, this winner seems to be pretty obvious. If for some reason they do throw us some sort of curveball, whatever they do, make these titles seem like they're important going forward. That's all I really ask.
I agree. Quick and easy is that one. We'll move it on, though. I labeled them the way WWE.com labeled them. So I don't know if this is going to be the official order, but this is, if you go to WWE's website, click on Bash in Berlin, this is how they're labeled, okay?
All right.
So next one is going to be the strap match. CM Punk, Drew McIntyre. Who wins it?
Oh, man. I'm going to go Punk on this one. I know I went Punk for SummerSlam and was let down. I don't think Punk can go down 2-0 here. It seems like they need him to win one, because if he loses one, you really kind of just make people not care about him, right? Like, he was in the Rumble, gets hurt, loses his first match back at the SummerSlam, and then this one again, it's like, why would we even care? Plus, they're probably going to a third one, some sort of stipulation. Let's hope so, stipulation-wise. As for the feud, kind of over it, so I wouldn't be super upset if Drew wins here and goes up 2-0, but third one, as long as it's like a Hell in a Cell, I'm fine with that, I guess.
I don't see any way that CM Punk loses this match, just because I don't see a way in which CM Punk can come back from injury and sort of come back for his first real stint back in the WWE and lose his first 2 matches, especially on big PLEs. It feels obvious, right? This feels like it's definitely going at least 3 rounds. Bad blood, like you just said. Maybe a Hell in a Cell. People have already been given their 2 cents as to what stipulation we want to see between them for the payoff match, and this is just going to get there. Interesting to see what this match is going to look like because of the size difference and it being a strap match, and those matches are normally pretty sloppy, fun but sloppy, but just having these guys completely different in sizes. CM Punk's kind of older. We'll see how it looks, I guess.
Yeah, I admittedly was kind of let down by their SummerSlam. Like, it was good. It didn't knock my socks off or anything, but it was good. I mean, it was fine.
Yep.
It wasn't this grade A match that I think people were maybe wanting or expecting, but this one I think is going to be worse than that one. I feel like these guys in the ring, it's going to be... Strap matches are tough, right? Like, they're tough to book as a whole. And like you said, the size discrepancy, like, that's going to be the most interesting part, is how does Punk use like his brains to outsmart Drew somehow.
Yeah. Yeah, I see this getting sloppy. It's great that we're getting these type of matches back, but I just think that Punk needs to prove that he still got it in the ring, period. And we had a gimmick match to start this feud. Now we're getting a second gimmick match and maybe even a third gimmick match. So it leaves me kind of wanting more in terms of like, because Punk still got it. Because obviously this is going to be a spot fest because it's a gimmick match. But all in all, CM Punk's getting the win here. We're going to round 3, and that's kind of the end of the story.
Yeah, and before we go on to the next match, maybe that's why they're doing that. Maybe they realize that Punk can't go like he used to, or maybe he doesn't have that cardio, and so they're trying to protect him a little bit. At least that's my feeling about the Rollins thing. Like that's why they had Rollins in there, is to somewhat try to protect him a little bit.
Agreed. Going through them. 3 matches left, as I said, WWE.com. The order. We got the mixed tag match here. Dom and Liv taking on Rhea and Damian Priest, the Terror Twins. Who gets the win here?
Yeah, I feel like this one, again, seems pretty predictable. It's got to be Judgment Day. You got to give me some outside Judgment Day interference. You got to have Rhea hit a Riptide on Dom. Maybe Liv goes and hits her with the title or something afterwards. Something like that. Some type of cheap win. And kind of continue this, because if the Terror Twins win this match,
It's over.
it's just like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
And you got to build up for Bad Blood, which you think it's going to be Dom, Priest. I think it's going to be Balor and Priest, but you got to build that up as well.
Either way, yeah. I really, really don't want the Judgment Day run-in that is inevitable here. I would really love it if, like, early in the night, the Terror Twins were to take out the rest of Judgment Day, and then we get a clean match, and then Liv and Dom still win in some way. That's what I would really hope. But, yeah, like you said, I mean, it's tough because I don't think if the Terror Twins were to win, I don't think the story just ends there, because Liv has still got the belt, and Dom really doesn't have much to lose anyways. Like, he takes a loss, you know. I would hate to see it, but he could take it. Yeah. So you could have the Terror Twins win here, and the argument could be, well, if the Terror Twins just lose round 1, then what do they look weak? Well, no, because it's freaking Rhea and Damian Priest still. But my ultimate prediction is going to be Judgment Day here. They've just been getting waxed every single week. It just feels like the take home, what is it, like, who stands tall at the end of the take home episode? This one seems the most obvious to follow that.
Yeah, it's a little scary because the Judgment Day 2.0, at least with the Judgment Day 1.0, I guess we'll say real quick, at times we criticize them for looking like Looney Tunes-ish.
Yep.
And this new Judgment Day looks Looney Tune-ish.
Yes.
So maybe some way, somehow, I'm going to say, maybe I do like the idea, going off your idea, of maybe they attack Judgment Day beforehand, but then maybe that leads to another member being added in, something like that. How Solo came in with Roman and the Bloodline against Drew.
I would like that. That's sort of a reveal.
Clash.
Yeah, I mean, that begs the question of, do they are they going to add somebody here? Probably.
I mean, I don't know if they do. Do they need to? Yes.
Really?
I think so. I think they need to, because there's no real legitimacy right now to the Judgment Day 2.0.
Yeah. Well, they have the belt, the women's title, and that's sort of the legitimacy. But
they have that and the tag titles, but those, again, haven't been defended. I mean, I think I saw the tag titles. It's 61 days with no defense.
Oh, God.
So we're already back in that territory.
It's been 61 days since they won those things? Lord.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a terrible title reign.
Yeah.
That's rough.
Maybe I'm wrong on the days, but, I mean, it was a long time ago.
Yeah.
And we haven't even seen them together in a match. Like,
I just think that if the Terror Twins win here, that's really going to knock the top story on Raw. Like, it would just be tough to recover for the Judgment Day. So, I'm going to give it to Dom and Liv. Dom and Liv.
So far, we're in agreement on all 3.
We got our championship matches. As I said, WWE.com. Let's be honest, Cody's probably going on last, but I wrote it down in the order they had it online. Okay? Get on my back. We got ourselves the WWE Undisputed title, Cody Rhodes versus KO. Who do we got here?
Yeah. This one's Cody Rhodes. I mean, Cody Rhodes is not losing that belt until maybe Mania, maybe Rumble at the earliest. There would be no reason for him to really drop the belt here. I know some people are upset at his reign that it hasn't been very good, and I'm not going to sit here and argue with you that it's been great, but it just wouldn't make any sense here. Storyline, character-wise, none of it. Plus, we think they're going to run it back again, so get Cody out there. People are happy. People see Kevin Owens. This will be a sneaky good match. I mean, I don't want to say we underrate him, but Kevin Owens is really good in the ring. Cody's obviously pretty good in the ring. So while I say sneaky, like, I think people expect this to be a good match.
I think it'll be the match of the night.
Mm-hmm.
I do. I think that KO will go out there and put on an absolute show, and Cody has proven that it doesn't matter what you think about his title reign. When the bell rings, he delivers. And this is going to be another one of those moments.
Yeah.
Now, it falls into the trap that a lot of these matches have, which is like, we know there's another round coming or another part of this story that has to unfold, and that is, is KO gonna turn heel? Is he gonna go full pissed off mode at Cody Rhodes after this match? It just feels inevitable that Cody and Kevin are going to match up again at Bad Blood, whether that be with another person in the ring or whatever. But it just feels that way. And then, like you said, Cody ain't dropping that belt for months and months and months. If you think he's dropping it in the calendar year, it ain't happening, man. It ain't happening.
No, I mean, and there's no real credible people on SmackDown to even take the belt off.
Yeah, who's going to take it? You want to see Solo take it? Not with Roman around.
Yeah.
Roman's back in some fashion, so Solo's not getting it.
I mean, Cody's just going to continue to have that belt, which is fine with us, but it is kind of in like a weird spot because if they don't run this back, what direction do they go towards? So they've kind of booked themselves in a spot here where it's like, okay, something has to happen to make them run it back, because if not, you're kind of just like stuck.
Yeah. You're right. Every time we talk about Cody dropping the belt, it just comes up into my mind of like, all right, let me run through the SmackDown roster. Okay, well, yeah. I mean, you got to book 3 months with KO, I guess, because what the hell's next?
Yeah.
I mean, Roman's gonna be with Jacob Fatu and Solo and them for a while, right? That they seem to be away from the main title picture, at least for a little bit, and that's about it. LA Knight's got his own belt now.
Yep.
Santos Escobar versus Cody Rhodes.
Yeah. I don't know. I legitimately don't know. There's nobody on SmackDown that I'd be like, okay, yeah, this guy. Not one.
Yeah. So Cody's taking the win here.
Uh-huh.
All right, and then our final match, moving through it. It does feel like one of those PLEs that just, it's going to be fun because it's an international crowd. They're going to be hyped, and a C+ match is going to get turned into a B+ match because the crowd's just going to be so into it. But it does feel like there's obvious answers to this quiz, right? It's a pop quiz that we were prepared for. And not much else to say there.
You want to just go into the last match, I guess?
Last match of the night.
Yeah.
We got ourselves a World Heavyweight Championship match. Randy Orton versus the Ring General Gunther. Who gets the win here?
Yeah, I mean, this one might go on last because Gunther is the hometown guy.
Yeah.
I've been defending myself in the comments. I said hometown guy in the Raw review, and people are like, well, Gunther's from Austria. Yes, I know the person.
Undertaker's not from Death Valley.
The person himself is from Austria, but the wrestler is billed from Germany. Randy even says the hometown guy in Berlin is Randy said on Raw. This one, I think, is maybe your most up in the air as we look at the card.
It gives me the most hope.
That's probably a good way to put it. Maybe I shouldn't say up in the air because we think that there's going to be one winner, but it's probably the one that gives you the most hope of, okay, something can happen here.
Yeah, it feels like the one match where WWE can pull something on us if they wanted to.
Yeah.
They could pull something here, quickie.
Yeah, and like you said, the PLE itself, I was talking with somebody in one of the comments about, this is probably the first international PLE in a long time that I'm just like, it just doesn't hit. They just, them being so kind of smashed together with SummerSlam kind of
it feels like SummerSlam was yesterday.
Yeah,
it really does. Like it's like we're already here again. Okay, let me get my mindset of like big matches are happening. Okay,
right? Yeah, exactly. So with all that being said, Gunther is going to be my pick. I don't have any reason why he would drop the belt. I mean, the only thing case you could say is Randy gets 15. And then maybe a Bad Blood, he could drop it back. He could do that, which we always talk about being a good idea. I could see that, but I think that with Randy kind of hinting at with the crowd a little bit, that heel turn is coming. Maybe this is the loss that kind of pushes him over the edge, and he is kind of frustrated and goes back to that Viper mentality again. Gunther, the Raw scene is just stacked with talent, so there's a lot of people he could feud with, and maybe Kaiser makes an appearance somewhere in this match. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm so torn on it. I'm not torn on my answer. My answer is Gunther. He's gonna win this match, but
Right.
I'm torn on my feelings of like I personally love Gunther. I don't think his mic work has been great, and we've criticized this what he has personally done in this first feud of not being his best work, and that's okay. You know, like I love the dude. I'm gonna criticize him when things are bad, right?
Yep.
But in a way, it feels like this could be one of those old school rivalries where we do get a belt drop and then Gunther wins it back at the next one at Bad Blood, and he can win it back like handily, like a Brock Lesnar John Cena squash match, like Gunther gets pissed type deal after doing it. I would really like to see that, and this feels like a good feud to where they could do a back and forth. But WWE doesn't do that anymore. They haven't done that in a long time, except for tag titles and stuff like that. And you know, now it's almost to the point where people expect the hometown guy to lose because it's happened pretty often.
Yeah.
And so I don't think it's going to happen there either. But like you said, it would be cool for this to be a good way for Randy to just get to 15 real quick. Yeah. Everybody would be happy about it for a day or so, and nobody would be mad about it going back to Gunther. It just would feel like a no harm, no foul type of moment if they were to do it. And it would be one of those moments, like we already said, where, you know what, WWE pulled a fast one on us. Like, oh, that was surprising.
Yeah, this match is one of the ones that, like you said, pulls a fast one that, like, I've seen a lot of people say, like, I might not even watch this because, like, I mean, like we said, the card's pretty predictable. This could at least maybe give you something that it's like, oh, okay, I should have watched that because of this. Like I said, the Raw talent is loaded over there. You could easily run that back, like you said, Bad Blood. He could drop it back, and then Gunther could go on somewhere else. If you asked me who I'm picking Gunther. Who do I want to get it, though, would be Randy.
Yeah, and the little hint that they had early on in this rivalry of like, well, then you're going to be spending your days on Friday night. It would be, to me, it'd be a very cool thing for Ludwig to screw Gunther, and then Gunther gets shipped to SmackDown, and then you have a big old heel on SmackDown that Cody could fight, and you could really make a rivalry there, and you wouldn't lose any steam with Gunther because he could be like, my own blood turned on me, and he could be ultra pissed. And then you could also have Ludwig kind of boost himself into the main title scene for a little bit and have that be with Randy Orton. And that would be a much different looking match than we normally get.
Yeah.
In the main title scene. It'd be a good little feud for Orton, and you could boost Ludwig up. So there's just a lot of fun stuff that they could do. It's a lot of fantasy booking in our heads, obviously. But Gunther's winning the match, unfortunately. As much as I love Gunther, because I'm with you, at this point, I would like to see Randy Orton get a win here. It'd be cool.
I completely forgot about the spending Friday nights.
Yeah,
completely forgot about that.
It was the best line in the whole rivalry. It was a small line, and it was the best line in the whole rivalry. Of I'm going to be spending my nights on Monday as a champion, and you'll be spending your nights on Friday Night SmackDown. I was like, ooh, that'd be hot.
Yeah,
that'd be hot.
Yeah, I would like that if that happened.
Yeah,
I don't know if I'd call it hot, but yeah, I would like it.
I mean, you'd have a heel on SmackDown.
Yeah.
That isn't bloodline related.
Yeah, because I mean, if Gunther wins this, I don't know. There's got to be. It's weird because if Gunther just wins this straight up, there's no Kaiser interference or anything. Like, I don't think Gunther's going to be on the Bad Blood PLE.
Because then who feuds Gunther? Yeah, there's no Kaiser running. Gunther wins. Randy's back to SmackDown because this was a win. Like, if he beat you twice at this point, you're done.
Right.
What would be next for Gunther on that scene? I mean, they're doing a Intercontinental title. I mean, Jay's already fighting in the Intercontinental scene, and Bronson Reed's not there yet, and so I don't know.
Yeah,
man, it kind of feels like we're gonna get a Ludwig turn now that we're you dissected enough.
Yeah,
Randy's not gonna stay.
No, yeah, I don't know what they do. I really don't, but I guess we'll wait and see. But
we will wait and see. Those are our predictions for this week's Bash in Berlin PLE. It should be a fun show. International crowds carry. as much as predictable as it might seem, there are some good matches on this card. They're going to deliver. It will be a fun 2-hour event. Looking forward to it. It'll be good.
Yeah, just a nice, quick Saturday morning, Saturday afternoon, depending on where you're at. Watch, then you move on.
Move on. Anyway, follow us on all of our socials at COD WrestlePod, COD WrestlePod. Listen to us wherever you get your podcasts at Spotify, Apple, etc. And then, if you want to, follow our Discord in our link tree and come talk wrestling with us. We're going to be talking on it during Bash in Berlin. We always talk during Raws, SmackDowns. It's a fun little chat area. So come on and join it. But as always, I'm Will. That's Brandon. We are the Cousins of Destruction Wrestling Podcast, and we will see you next time.